Oh, black again. Black's our friend. Whoop-de-doo. Oh, is that Cloud? It was a strange spell. It was a strange spell that which bound the three youths together. Should they try to spread out and seek their own path? The chains on their legs would grow tighter, keeping them together. But if two of them agreed to stay close to each other, they could grant the third prisoner an extended length of distance. Oh, that's weird. That would work. The links in the chains were uninterrupted by obstacles. They only enforced the proximity by which the prisoners must be held. Still, they could find a way to live with their curse, with none but themselves being the wiser to it. And how could anyone believe that the three friends have been physically bound by a chain which eludes the sight of everyone but its prisoners, passes through all obstacles, and is untouchable to anyone else? Else? Is a question? Oh, and how? Oh, well, yeah. And how could anyone believe that three friends have been physically bound by a chain which eludes the sight of everyone but its prisoners, passes through all obstructions, and is untouchable to anyone else? Under the premise that they used to spend all their time together, none of them thought this incident would harm their lives too much. Using their imaginations, they could manage some way to go on with their lives. In time, a change came upon them, just as the origins of their friendship remained unclear. So too would it be difficult to pin down just what had kept them united. The light of their childhood innocence would die a slow death, or perhaps that innocence was another lie, fabricated to disguise their selfishness. These were the thoughts which plagued the leader's mind as he began to silently observe the faces of the ones he once called friends, who had now become unrecognizable to him. That's a bit unfortunate. That's a bit sad. And unable to find the words to form his apology, he chose to simply run away. What? So two of them have to stick together and he's like not there anymore. Come off it already. You didn't come here for a piano lesson. If you've got something to say, spit it out already. But the kid nearly choked on his words, unable to force his thoughts into the open air. You don't have to say a thing if you don't want to. You're a grown man, and a grown man is a kid. You're a grown man, and you can make your own decisions. You don't need me to tell you what to do. Just know that every choice comes with a price. I don't want you to come crying to me later as if I were responsible for your decisions. Am I the kid? It sounds like what he's saying is like every choice I make in this game will have consequences later. Through the corner of my eye, I could see that no amount of shaming language would drive... Oh wait, there's another one saying this. Through the corner of my eye, I could see that no amount of shaming language would drive him away. Yet he still miled about in his own indecisiveness. I sighed audibly, making my displeasure with our status quo abundantly clear. Fine. Do you want to know what made me want to learn how to play the piano? It had been an impromptu change of subject, surprising even myself, as I was never one for improvisation. Also, I'm the pianist. Alright, so I'll use my own voice for the pianist. Bringing it close to the piano's melody, I pushed myself away from the keys. I raised my hands, as if to display them alongside my words. I'll tell you what spurred me on to play this instrument. It was after someone told me the most discouraging thing. You're adopted. With fingers as thick as mine, I would never be able to... excuse me. That with fingers as thick as mine, I would never be able to play an instrument. Darkness again! Woo! So he ran, struggling against his own loss of breath until the crucial chains trailing behind rose up to remind him of their limited length. But that would not stop him. Surrender was beyond his understanding now. No senseless witchcraft would be allowed to outperform his willpower. He didn't care about the blood or the pain. He would keep on running, empowered by his will, even if his legs were to break. The chain stretched with each step, with the metallic echo of the links breaking behind him. Groaning under the pressure, each link in the chain warped and bent to the breaking point, struggling to match the strength of his determination. Okay, so the three friends, I'm guessing, are the three elements, and now the two of them are together. One of them is being discarded and by his own choice. So as that curse vanished into thin air, leaving no trace that it had ever bound anyone together. Only then did he return to his senses to find what he had bled and suffered to gain: solitude, in a barren land, bereft of his peers. Even his footsteps had vanished in the trail behind him. He was truly alone. Never again would he be able to find the important people he had lost.